Yo, welcome to yet another episode of Who Invited Us?
Anya quiz.
Name one advice. Over there.
It was there, bro.
Who over there? Yeah, anyway, my name is Chaka Samuel.
What's for Emmanuel?
Chinji Fred.
And Marvin Chiguli.
We are basically here to share our views and opinions about some of the current issues that are happening in Uganda. To be specific, in the entertainment industry.
By the way, these views are our opinions. Don't pin us, we are not politicians, we are not God, but it's what we think. And feel free to share, to comment and share whatever you feel is right or wrong. Criticize us, but criticize us positively at least.
So, you know, people have been complaining about Diamond being paid a lot of money and all that kind of stuff. Marvin, do you really think Diamond was paid a lot of money, or it is appropriate according to the brand that he holds?
In my opinion, I feel like this gentleman was brought here, first of all, in an exaggerated way. There's a lot of money that was put in this guy to come and promote. First of all, we're promoting coffee. I feel like if you're promoting coffee, and the people that are growing this coffee are the locals. So if you're promoting coffee and then you bring Diamond, I mean,
wait,
that is my opinion.
No, wait. So why doesn't Uganda now breweries use the drunk guys that you find falling on the road to advertise for them?
That's different.
Let me come in there.
Yeah.
Bro, we're talking about coffee, right?
Yeah.
This is one of the greatest, it is the
best
greatest
export in Uganda.
Best export, right? So, toso akungamba, nti bagenda promoting a coffee. First of all, promoting them come on, it doesn't make sense. Then to go back to your question, financial what was it? The money that was paid, right? Bro, it doesn't make financial sense. Honestly, to me,
at all.
To me,
why?
750.
Was it 750
million?
It doesn't make financial sense.
Okay.
Divide that money.
Think about it.
Give every Ugandan a plant of coffee. I mean, why are we giving one person 750 million to just come and perform? To 5 songs, 7 songs, and then we fly them out of the country.
Okay. But actually, in my opinion, I feel like it was little. You know, first of all, as I look into the camera, I'm not going to mention names, but guys, Ugandan artists, we should brand ourselves better. You know, this guy branded himself better. I'll give you an example. On a Sunday, we had an argument, and we checked the social media pages for all the artists. Trust me, Twageno page here, Diamond Platinumz, and he has over 10 videos he posted already. And these videos included the coffee. There was videos of him at the coffee stalls, checking out the coffee, testing the coffee. When he was landing in a chopper, because people were complaining why he came in a chopper. When he was landing in a chopper, he had a shot that showed African coffee pack. If I was the person who had paid Diamond Platinumz, he has branded my place.
He showed the marketing.
Yes, but then when we checked other artists, Bebe Cool was there from all the days. But when I checked people who performed, but I'll give you an example. When Eddie Kenzo was performing, his performance was there. To me, Eddie Kenzo performed better than Diamond Platinumz. Way better. Actually, it was like he was proving to Diamond Platinumz that, man, one only wafi. In his performance, he was like proving to him, one only wafi, and we are the kings here.
But
I'm concluding it. Naye, on a Sunday, when we checked the platforms, actually, he wasn't in Uganda on his Instagram. But Diamond Platinumz had over 10 videos that he's at the park.
In other words, he did the right marketing for the coffee.
That is called value for money.
Now, let me ask another question. When you say Ugandan artists did not do as much, I understand every artist is supposed to have a manager. Should this blame be on the artist or on the management?
I think Bebe Cool answered that question. Do you know why? He said everyone negotiated how
price.
much he wanted.
Okay.
So if
Through
you
the
negotiate,
manager?
yes. No.
No, it's usually through the manager.
Either through the manager or through the artist themselves. If you negotiated and they gave you the money they gave you, then later you find out Diamond Platinum has been given more.
Not
Don't
Katovelanga
complain.
Gamba. It is people who are supposed to get his phone, get the videos and post them on his Instagram or Twitter.
No, it goes back before that. It goes back to how much did you negotiate for?
No,
and did you get what you negotiated for?
Sam,
Because
here's the thing, right? If Eddie Kenzo, for example, I'm giving an example. If Eddie Kenzo had posted the way Diamond posted, would you give this credit to Diamond?
No, I
Yes or
wouldn't.
no? Exactly. So that means that wouldn't be an issue.
Actually,
right?
I would give the credit to both. They
Okay.
would have done their work.
Exactly. But then Eddie Kenzo didn't get the 700M. They claim that Diamond
Because,
got, right?
because,
but here's the thing.
because,
Here's the thing.
because
Sam,
first wait, no, it's okay to kuchimu.
Okay.
He didn't get that money because it is not what he asked for.
Exactly. Besides the bargaining power or something, whatever. But please tell me, how is Diamond coming to Uganda to open up the coffee
Benefiting us.
Yes. How is it benefiting us? Because at the end of the day, this is the guy that came up only to perform. However much, yes, he posted, he was in a helicopter or a plane, private jet or something. That is something very small, clearly. Maybe who can afford that? Kenzo can afford that.
But they didn't do it.
But I mean, they're in Uganda, so it doesn't make sense.
No,
It goes back to my point. It doesn't make financial sense. You understand? There is no way Kenzo has a car that can drive him comfortably to Ntungamo.
Yes.
Right? Taina
And then he
zonga
gets him.
emoli nyesanyonyi okuleka showbiz, which is understandable. Obviously, being a celebrity, wetaga showbiz, right? Naye tuddayo ku kintu kye kimu. Diamond
make
sente zabadde zimugwana, of which in my opinion I don't think he got that money. I don't think he got that much.
Nange wenzikiriza ne Fred. Wogambye nti zaade zimugwana ya postinze. Are you saying these people that were given this little money that they did whatever they could have posted if they're given as much as the Diamond?
But I think
Sam's point is this.
People are not complaining about how much they got. But the Basungo complaining is how he was treated. How he was treated. Nebamujubisanyo, nebamuwa chopa.
I mean, it's Diamond Platinum.
Yes,
Everyone knows it's Diamond Platinum.
He's big.
You wanted him to take a taxi to Ntungamo. No, it's Diamond Platinum. You guys, let me tell you something about branding. When you brand yourself, you set the price for yourself.
Okay.
You set the price for yourself. You get. I'm not saying those of Kenzo do not have. They have their brands, and like he said,
They should brand
before
more.
agreeing on how much was going to be paid. They had an agreement with whoever was supposed to give them the contract to perform. You understand? So if Kenzo asks for 4 million, they give him 4 million. If Diamond asks for 1 billion and then they give him 750, that was his negotiation.
Your honest opinion, right? Do you think if Kenzo, for example, simanyize bamuwadde oba simanyize yasaba oza singa yasaba ebitaano bandi bimuwadde?
Uganda in Echizebuchemu. They like compromising on our very own. Everyone has seen that, which is wrong. We're here to promote. I'm someone who loves to promote local content. And that's why the government is bringing up things like Bobo. You understand. Personally, me, in my normal capacity, I wouldn't want to give a foreigner more money than someone who is, because I know Kenzo, when Kenzo gets 750 million, he will invest in Uganda.
Yeah, it's with it.
Diamond will go with the 750 million out of Uganda.
To back to his country.
You get? But I think whoever did what he did was considered a couple of things. One, the brand.
An international marketing, maybe.
Kenzo's brand and Diamond's, those are two different levels. We need to agree. Kenzo is good, Diamond is good, but Diamond is better than Kenzo. In his own bracket.
In what capacity?
No, in his own bracket. We know he's international.
He's saying in branding.
Kenzo is international too.
In branding, maybe.
The brand.
Okay,
you can go to the UK and ask about Kenzo and
a few people.
If you know him.
Yeah.
You get
Kenzo. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, different societies.
Anyway,
different people.
I don't want to bring it to that, but the point here is the issue is he was given 750. and it's what he negotiated for. What I would advise Ugandan artists, if you ask for the money you think it's what you're worth, it's what you're worth, and it is not given to you, Toyomba, go and ask that person, why are you not giving me that money? Maybe they have answers as to why they don't feel like they should give you this money, and then you improve to that. And then to add on, I still go back to my point. If you're given this money, create value. If you can learn branding, mugenda kulya sente. Omusajja akuyise, soko mbye katono. Ne obera tojide munyonyo, omusajja akuyise akwadde sente zonaza akwadde, because I believe, according to the way all Ugandan artists performed, I believe they were given the money they were comfortable with. But after finding out the other guy was given more money, I was
complaining.
Naye, how are you branding yourself? Tomorrow, the very day we're going to performing as someone has given you your money. Look at branding. Akuise wachi, wamwanyi, wagonja, bichi. Put it out there. That very day, omuntu alabe value of his money on that very day. Naye, after a week, you haven't posted anything, he gave you the money. He's not going to call you again because he wants to call you because there's value for his money.
Here's the point. In Songarachi, I don't think abantu bali mad or bali bothered because Diamond Platinumz jaja. Because at the end of the day, chiri chalinga promoting international actors marketing agenda twala various people are going to see, obviously. Yali Uganda, posting a coffee, everything, right? Which is okay. By the way, it is very, very okay. I think what bothered people is when they got to know, hey, kati sawas, Diamond, yafunye sente bweziti, particularly for the coffee project. You understand? The point is, Diamond, okubanga ali ku coffee kwennyini, because at the end of the day, by the way, nalabe video nyingi ez'abayimbi nga bacomplaininga naye nga tebacomplaininga ku sente, bacomplaining anti
why call an international
because at the end of the day tuina, was it Sebata, I think, yayimba about coffee.
My brother, Linda Okatono.
Who else? Someone. No. Kamaliza point yangu. No, tuko example. King Saha. Yayimba kumwani.
Sebata sings country music. Ugandan country music.
Okay, kateke wani King Saha. Kateke King Saha. King Saha yayimba kumwani.
Yimba
something about Mwani.
Listen,
I understand.
I get the point. But his message in that song wasn't about Mwani.
What was that?
It was a political point.
No,
he's not the current government.
Sigamba nti bandi se King Saha. Shege chingamba nti bandi saba abana Uganda abarelatinga ku nsi yabwe ne ku chiche balina. The value they have. You understand? Kati wogamba nti olese Diamond Platinum, obviously about chigenda banyiga, not even about the money they gave him, because people are complaining about the jet and the helicopter, but that is nothing. Most of our celebrities can afford that. They can. I'll give an example. A person like, I'm not going to give credibility or something, whatever, but someone like Apas, you understand, this person carries himself like a celebrity. I'm not going to say Avera up there like Diamond, but he carries himself up there, and you know his level. Everyone knows his level. Everyone knows his class. Everyone knows his music, how good it is. To be honestly, Epas's music is better than Diamond's. Muchikiriza mchigani about the vibe name marketing, to be the car. Epas's, bro.
Let me put you right, Fred. Let me put you right.
Okay, I think
I totally Fred.
Go on.
Fred. Tetwekuba machupa. Let's not fight about this.
Okay.
Let me tell you, I was at Epas's show. It was a success. Epas is really good.
Yeah.
Naye mwenyini bw'omuyita. Naye mwenyini bw'omuyita. Bana ebintu ebyo tubiyogera just out of the blue. Naye mwenyini bw'omuyita. Epas is really good and I love all his music. Okitegera. Era mbaddeko ne Epas ne tunyumya n'emboozi naye kankuwulira amazima. Let's be realistic. Internationally. Diamond Platinum ali waggulu. Ate n'ekirala. By the way, thank God you talked about EPAS. It brings me to a point. Abayimbi be Uganda etubanga tuli ba celeb tubere ba celeb. Don't be everywhere. Ochitegera. For instance, EPAS mwenyini nyini. You will not find him everywhere. And then when he shows up as a celebrity.
But
Togenda sanga kamalize karono. Togenda sanga EPAS. Ngayambadde ngo muntu wa bulijjo. Depending on where he's going. Ochitegera. Say yo echo chicho. What I'm telling you, EPAS is one of the artists aba living a celebrity life. Yes, ugenda musanga ku TikTok live which naye togenda musanga ali mu supermarket nga ochitegera. He's like when you come close to him you're going to feel like he must be a celebrity. Era unobuza abakuliranye bagambe EPAS is a celebrity. So
Sam, let me ask you. So olinganga gamba celeb tayina kubeera mata nakubera eyo yekwekeeyo. Where does everyone take it? No, it's nothing to do with that.
Yes,
if you know you're offering a service to the people, you need to be in the people. There's nothing. Okay. Okay. Chogamba.
Are you going to be like around people? Wawa kubeera mu bantu no kubeera mu bantu. You understand? There is a very big difference. Here's the thing. For example, like tumwadeke example when tumogedde ko you just kubeera no they kuba gym and naku zino but you see
yes Bagonza is very good, yeah.
The way he carries himself yengo omuntu no gamanti tagamanti tobeera mu bantu. But as a celebrity, by the way, to be honest, these are some of the rules, off book rules. As a celebrity toyina kwerabisa nnyo. That is a fact.
Nsaba nyongerezeeko ku point eyo. You know, scarcity okitegera ekintu price yakyo omanyi amafuta ano wegabula negeyongera ebbeeyi. So bw'obeerawo available nga buli omu asobola okufuna omanyi lwaki enjaga ya bbeeyi. Nzibu okufuna eriko amateeka mangi nti it is scarce. Enjaga singa bakeera ne bagikiriza ebeere buli wamu egenda gwe ebbeeyi. That brings to the point. Ugandan artists oba nange nyimbemu Ugandan artists, please tobeera buli wamu. Kwawe nkulaba buli wamu. I'm not going to pay for you.
Sam, let me ask you, how many artists have you met so far? Bogama bali wa kwanga ogama muntu ali buli wamu kyotegeze nawo oli buli wamu.
Sitambula nyuma ero entambudde basanga
ngani
ase tonkubisa mingo.
Okay, on the other hand,
I'm such a videographer, so you can
to be realistic, people need to live a life. Let people be.
Let them be.
Hey. But toyaga EPAS agenda in supermarket kwanga buli supermarket
agenda chenagambi waba agenze agenda as a
agenda nga yekweka
nesikweka dress differently, smell differently, and discuss.
Emma kankubulire, this is off topic anyway, but let me tell you, I have a shoe guy. I'm a shoe guy, by the way. I love shoes, but I have a shoe dealer, a young number. He supplies to EPAS, but not very many people know because this guy has a very different taste. You get in shoes, so ziri unique. So katuwembera ulingamba EPAS celeb, jengula nange naye jagula. So which means he's a normal person at the end of the day, but naye atagenda kwerabisa nnyo nti bategeere nti eba nange EPAS agula wali engato, EPAS agula wali engoye, EPAS agula wali boxers, okitegeera batazigula mu naffe tujigula. So babeerawo naye the point is wetugamba nti you be scarce tetugamba nti ate weekweka ofiire tujja kwerabira baba ffe twerabira.
I'll give you an example. Tuli wano Nigeria, Bebe Cool abeera wali ekiwaatwe. Bebe Cool avuga emmotoka ye n'ava buli lunaku. Bebe Cool is controversial, ayogera ebintu abantu byebataagala naye keeping his level. Ochitegera as a celebrity. Ochitegera. Ne obeeraawo gwazungire no gwanya obwenge bwa layisi bakola woba okola ebintu. Njja ku example Rolex ya layisi. Ochitegera. Rolex ya osofuna Rolex ku 13. Naye wogenda gwenge omuyimbi nga an artist oyimire ku muddala gwa Rolex ogule Rolex. Ye ogenda gamba abantu wangira level ogise. Sigenda kulaba wali ng'ogula Rolex nange wengula nzija ate nkusasula emitwalo 15 ku Serena. Naye wobeera scarce nkulaba kale kankola ku TikTok live nenga sukula physical enjo nchimanyi Rolex ogirya naye waliwo gwotumaji kugulire
omututambeeko na bulamu kyemugala
anti girye genda ogirye gye batakumanyi ogiulimime ku mudaala
anyway kati nga tuconcludinga obanga compare remarks zange zisembayo ku show ya Diamond sikiinaako buzibu ye nga y'okuba Uganda. Actually love it because chitu marketing out there tukyagala just obuzibu bwe nayinamu nti ba artists baffe because at the end of the day tutandikira waka kitegeera ebyatwagale waka tulina okwagala ba artists baffe okwagala ba international artists obviously when you ask anyone out there they're clearly gonna tell you my favorite artist is a Nigerian whatever you understand which is okay beba man is their opinion kitegeera their choice naye nga gwe omuntu gwe Uganda ojagaddeko ki gwe nga gwe ojagaddeko ojagaddeko ki okitegeera Uganda teki Uganda kinyuma bana mukireke
kiwoma n'omukulembeze atugana kituwoomera kimuwoomera omukulembeze.
Anyway, thank you so much and that was so beautiful. We were discussing about Diamond being paid all that money, but people have shared their views. Feel free to share your views in our comment section. Like and subscribe to our channels. That will be so lovely. See you on our next episode. This is Who Invited Us.